No intro music, 'cause you know it got me copyright struck. Happy birthday to me. It is July 14th, the day after my birthday. I usually stream on Sundays, so this is the closest to a birthday stream. Woo, pew, pew, pew. How many days do you think you get for your birthday? One, do you have a birth week? Do you have a couple the day before, day after? Obviously, there's only one birthday, but I was lucky enough that my birthday was on a weekend. Cheers to the freaking weekend. I drink to that. What do you guys think? Um, I usually on my Sunday show talk television. We have a lot of TV talk because we had the finale of Love Island, we had the premiere of Big Brother, and the second episode of Big Brother. I have been loving a show called Smoke, which this episode this week shocked me. I did not know where we were going with this show. I'm obsessed with Stick. It's my favorite show on TV right now. We had Celebrity Family Feud come back, in which they polled 100 women. What is the best, or 100 people? What are the best female R&B groups of all time? And Spice Girls was one of the answers. Can we just take a step back and figure out what R&B is for a moment? Because as a huge diehard Spice Girls fan, what are you guys talking about, America? It's like the fifth most popular answer. I'm so confused. We also had Press Your Luck come back, which is a show that I love. There's also a show called Too Much on Netflix that has the girl from Hacks that I really like. So we get a lot of TV to talk about. Also, I'm going to be seeing Fantastic Four next week. So looking forward to a couple of different movies. And whatever it is that you guys want to talk about, that is my birthday related, TV related, or movie related, send in streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in. Sorry, I was not here last night. I actually got back and in my Discord, I was like, I'm thinking about going live. And people were like, we prefer you to do it tomorrow. It's very late. And I was like, it is very late. Let's start with birthday talk. Birthday talk. Okay, so I didn't know what I wanted to do for my birthday this year, but I knew if I didn't plan something that I'd be sitting alone on my birthday, and I didn't want to do that. Which nothing wrong with doing that if that's what you feel like doing for your birthday, but I didn't feel like doing that for my birthday. I felt like being with people I love. So I took my life savings. No. I found this guy who was really helpful, connected me with a guy who had a little Duffy boat. For those of you guys who don't know, it's like a little electric boat. So it's a small little boat that doesn't even go out to the open ocean. It just kind of stays in the marina. And I rented one for my birthday and invited some of my girlfriends that are kind of in like a group of friends, right? There was a lot of girls that and people in general, my guy friends and their partners or whatever, that I wish that I could have invited, but I only had a few seats. So I kind of like stuck to one crew of girls, if that makes sense. And I let them know that on Sunday, on my actual birthday, we would be doing 3 hours on the water. And it was honestly, not to brag, the greatest time ever. Steph, like the absolute gangster she is, I love her so much. She bought lunch for everybody. She went and picked up a bunch of sandwiches. My friend Jess, who also an absolute beast, she got some champagne and fruit and a cake. Everybody kind of brought like a bottle of like rosé or champagne or something. And my friends were just so lovely. The captain of the boat, Duke, he was so sweet. We had music going, absolute vibes. The day it was not nice out. It was really cloudy and gray. Didn't matter though. We had sweatshirts and just a absolute blast of a time. We're only supposed to do 2 hours, but the girls wanted to do a third hour. So I was like, let's do it. And I just felt really loved. My friends' husbands dropped them off so everybody could like have some champagne. And it was just a really, really cute, sweet day. My friend Ritza, who you guys know has been on this show, she has 3 kids, so I didn't know that she would be able to come, but she had her husband, who has been my closest friend. That's how I know Ritza forever. Drop her off with the 3 little kiddos who call me Auntie Roxy. So I got to see them. In the morning, I went to go see Grammy because I always see her on my birthday. It was my first birthday without Puppo, so in the morning it was kind of sad to walk into the house. I was so happy to see Grammy. She wrote me a beautiful card, but it was, you know, I just miss seeing him on my birthday. Because I do every year and always go there. And anyway, though, but my friends really, really like rallied around me this year, and um, I feel very proud of myself that I've put together such a group of unbelievable friends, and I feel really proud of myself that I'm somebody who shows up for all of them for every single thing, every show, every concert, every wedding, every bachelorette party, every birthday, every funeral, everything. There was not one girl there that I've missed one event for, like quite literally not one. So um, I don't know whether they feel like they have to show up for me because of that, or whether they want to show up for me because of that. But whatever it was, everybody came. And also I was paying for a boat. So, I was like, come. So I think it's a little it's not too difficult of a yes. I hope I made it enticing enough that they not only felt like they needed to be there for me, but they wanted to be there for my birthday. And then went above and beyond. Like Steph picking up lunch for everybody was so fucking generous. Like that was just really, really cool. Um, yeah, it was awesome. And then after that, most people went home, but two of my friends, Sarah and Jess, we did a little walk. We went and got a tea and kind of walked around the marina. And it was a little chilly, but we had such a lovely time. And then I came back here and had a lot of work to do. So I did work. And then I watched the finale of Love Island, which we will discuss. And then I went and I thought about some of my goals. The girls were asking me on the boat like what I'm hoping for this year. So, and I had already been thinking about it the night before because I was solo the night before. My dad did send me, I think you guys know that he does this. He sends me a letter. So every year from when I was 1 to when I was 18, my dad wrote me a letter. And now he's started to send them to me, and then I call him when it turns my birthday on the East Coast, and we read the letters and stuff, and it was really cool. So I opened the letter, and this year it was written from when I was 7, and he told me that I went to this like camp thing, and I did the trapeze, which I remember doing perfectly clear, and that I was in a play singing and all this stuff for my family and performing, and it's just like I was always the most theatrical me version of me ever. So it was like just very, very it's cool to see when you are so true to yourself and like from the time you're a kid. And the fact that I was like doing trapeze and singing in shows at 7. And you guys know I'm a big, big performer. That's like my whole life is I just want to be on a stage in a show talking to you guys. Like I just love the lights. I love the attention, baby. No, I love being a performer. I love singing and dancing and transforming who I am and all that stuff. So it was cool to read that in the letter. And he also sent me a really cool Diana Ross poster because everybody knows I love Diana Ross. And that was really, really kind of him. And some of my girlfriends got me some really cute gifts, like a heatless curler, which I've been really wanting because you guys know my hair is falling out. So a heatless curler, or somebody gave me like an eye mask, which I very much so need. I've got very dark circles. A bottle of wine somebody gifted me. Steph gave me a dope sweatshirt that says, I hope you have the day you deserve, because you guys know I say that. And she found that. Again, absolute stud. I got so many phone calls and messages from people. It's just nice when it felt different when I was younger, when I was in my 20s. And I had, like there were years where I dated people, I didn't date people. I had birthdays with one person, big parties, small parties, just me, a roommate, whatever it was. And it just, my birthdays felt kind of different. At 34, feeling like I finally have good friends. And, my friends from back east are amazing. So I don't mean like that, but I just mean it took a really long time when I moved. But to feel like I finally have good friends who love me and get me and wanted to be there. And they all have kids and husbands. Only one of the people there doesn't have that, but for the most part, everybody does. And they took time out of their families to come be with me. Um, Especially knowing like that's kind of what you have when if you aren't dating somebody, what you have, your friends or your family. So um it just took a really, really fucking long time for me to feel like, oh, I feel loved by people out, not people in general out here, but my people out here. And yeah, just they made me feel really special yesterday. And they were asking me really thoughtful, sweet questions about what I was looking for in my life and cheersing to me and just making me feel so good. And I just didn't always have that. In fact, for so many years, I definitely didn't have that. I remember one year I was dating my ex-boyfriend who was like notoriously awful to me on my birthdays. And there's one year I was just like crying in bed all day. And he was like texting me horribly mean things. Um, and you just kind of like start accepting things when you think that that's what you deserve. And so to feel like for 2 years in a row, like last year, Steph threw me with my friends Jess and Sarah and all these people, but at the idea of Steph, she threw me this like amazing party on the beach, if you guys remember. And so many of my friends showed up. It was like a Barbie beach party. Um, and it was just so fucking nice of her and of all my friends to be there. So many people just to come. And then this one where I decided to get the boat and then everybody showed up and was just so kind. So for 2 years in a row, I just feel like very loved on my birthday. And I'm like, yes, I did it. Like I worked really hard at my friendships. It took a really long time. I've been out here 16 years. Um, yes, yes. Okay, let's see, you guys. Sam, by the way, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer and super chat in, but I'm just looking in the chat right now because I think I saw Sam say something. I don't think people are showing up since they feel obligated. I know from experience I show up for others, but recently had almost nobody show up at my birthday this year. That happened to me so many times, Sam. I definitely am still in looking for that phase. So it's refreshing to hear it takes time for better or worse. Yeah. I I'm not saying for everybody it takes time, Sam. And I'm certainly not saying, Sam, that you have to wait until you're 34 to feel like this because I don't think you do. You're one hell of a person, and um, hopefully it's a lot sooner for you than it was for me. And this is a vast generalization, but in general, people are much more like real, a lot more authentic on the East Coast. I find like more people are more authentic, so I bet it's way quicker for you than it was for me. But out here, I just have found it to be very difficult for me. And yeah, Mel says, I'm also still looking for my tribe. I totally feel that. And I totally get it. Like, uh, yeah, it takes time. And I think about, okay, so there's 7 girls there yesterday. So one of those girls is from college, my friend Sarah. So I met her the first year I was out here. She's the only one from college that was there. Then the next person I knew after that was probably my friend Lauren, who I met at work. So I met her 9 years ago. So that means I was already living here for 7 years before I met her. And that's around when I met her, when I met Steph. I didn't meet my friend Haley till a little bit later. I did meet my friend Ritza around then. She was just starting to date one of my close friends. And then I didn't become close with Jess until I want to say 3 years ago, and Candace until Always Lola. So you kind of like pick up one at a time as you go. And then of course there are people that like don't stay close for a plethora of reasons, or do stay close, but just aren't birthday people and don't show up, don't have the same exact feelings you do. Or even if they are birthday people, maybe they are not always showing up in the same way you are, but they are really good at things that you're not necessarily good at. Just the point of saying, like, I do think great things take time sometimes. And I think Mel, Sam, whoever else is feeling this way, you guys are awesome. And it's okay if it takes a little bit of time. I know that it's coming for you guys, because when you're a good person, you attract good people. And if you just keep showing up for other people, eventually that's going to be valued by somebody, I think. So yeah, and it's also okay. Like, I've had so many friends that I really did love and appreciate for the moment of life that we were in. But like, sometimes you're just in different moments of life. Like, I have a couple of friends who are married with kids right now, and friendships are just not a top priority for them in the moment. And they just, maybe I see them once a year, maybe every other year. And if I do see them, it is me having to come to them, and they won't show up to anything of mine. And that's something that you either decide is okay with you or is not okay with you. Or some people end up sucking and then they're not your friend anymore. So still just navigating. But for the most part, when I was looking around at this party, I was just like, no, these are like really good girls. These are really awesome girls who really show up for me. And I really, like, even multiple of them, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the girls that were at my party have lived with me. I don't mean we've lived together. I mean, for one reason or another, they've called me and been like, I need a place to stay for a while. So like, I feel like that's when you kind of become like family with somebody, right? Um, anyway, this is not to brag. None of this is to brag. All of this is to say, I'm so grateful that I had a good birthday. Um, I feel really, it made me feel really loved and special. And I just being able to do this stream with you guys and have people in here. When I went to Real Rejects, Greg got me a pair of socks. That was so awesome. It was a pair of Boy Meets World socks because he remembered I love Boy Meets World. Tara got me this sick thing for my hair. It's like a mini Dyson type thing. And that was so thoughtful. She knows how much I love doing my hair. And it's pink with the carry-on like travel thing. Just, that's fucking dope. She is the best. Andrew got me this Grand Budapest Hotel tote because I love Grand Budapest Hotel. And like, just everybody texted me. Only person from not to out him, but only person from Real Rejects who didn't text me for my birthday was John. Where you at, Jonald? I love John. And I had seen him the day before, and he wished me a happy birthday, so we'll let it slide. Yeah, so just was really, really nice to feel like people wanted to say happy birthday and celebrate me, and it was just cool. So anyway, we keep the celebration going for tonight. It will officially be not my birthday after this, but I'm going to soak it up while I can and take questions, comments, concerns, and talk about television. Let's see what's going on in the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. You know what I have to do in order to see what's going on in the Streamlabs is I have to log in. It used to keep me logged in. Now it logs me out every time. Is that something that I should remember and should do before I start the show? Yes, it is. Have I ever done that? No, I haven't. Let me tell you about what I'm doing this week. I will be tomorrow on Christian Harloff's show. I officially won last week with Mikey Christmas. So excited about that. Then on Wednesday, I will be here with you guys. Then on Thursday, I will be with Real Rejects. And usually it's a horror Thursday. So usually that's when my episodes air. And Friday, only Stupid Answers with DJ. And then back here. I think I will be back here on Sunday. However, I am going to a bachelorette party this weekend. So on Friday day, I'm filming with DJ. Then on Friday night, you guys know that I am in a film festival. Short that I was in was nominated for the LA Shorts Film Festival, which is awesome. It's going to be playing at LA Live. Anybody who's in town who wants to get tickets Friday night, I will be going to that. And then I'll be waking up ass early Saturday morning, driving to San Diego for my dear friend Lauren for her bachelorette party. We're going to do a big night in San Diego on Saturday, and then I'll be coming back on Sunday. But I'm probably going to have to drop people off, so because I'm one of the drivers. So we'll see what time I get back on Sunday And if it's too late for you guys, I'll probably write in the Discord to update ya. All right, finally, I am in the Streamlabs. Let us see what is up here. Appreciate everybody who is sending in Streamlabs and people super chat. Always prefer Streamlabs because they don't take such a massive percentage like super chat does, but appreciate anything you guys can do. We had a Streamlabs come in yesterday from John Get Bent, but he said no need to read out loud, so I won't. But shout out to John Get Bent. I appreciate you, and thank you for. He also gave me some feedback, so thank you for that bit of feedback, and thank you for the birthday message. RQMDSMD with that big support. Thank you. Hi Roxy, just saying happy birthday again. It looks like you had a great time on the boat. I really did. Thank you so much. It's nice to smile. It is nice to smile. Lloyd Nance in the house. Hi, Lloyd. Team Stryer, happy birthday. Great posture. Oh, no, I got to straighten up. I'm working on it. ZB, thank you, ZB. Says, happy birthday, Roxy. Woo, woo. Let's get this birthday party started. Let's get this party started. Okay, so shout out to RQMDSMD, Lloyd Nance, ZB, and John Get Bent for being our first 4 Streamlabsers of the day. Super chat in Streamlabs. What are you guys watching? What are you watching? See, I need to be doing my hair cuter, but just can't be bothered right now. I want to know from you, what are you watching? Are you watching any of the things I'm watching? And are you watching Stick? Why can't I get enough people to watch Stick? That show is so good. Smoke, also very good. Has anybody started too much? Let me know. Did you watch the Love Island finale? Did you watch the Big Brother premiere and the second episode? Do you love Poker Face? What are you watching? Did you go see Superman this weekend? By the way, Superman's absolutely crushing. Hell yeah. Good to see. Annihilating at the box office, annihilating with audiences, doing really well with critics. I'm so happy for the future of DCU. It's just nice to be on the same page as the people and feel good about a movie that I really liked. Boy, oh boy, our audience is being crazy about that one, though. Okay, let's see. Poker Face Season 2. Started Stick, finished Poker Face, watched Opus with IO. What's Opus? Is it a TV show or a movie? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. What am I behind on Poker Face or am I caught? No, I saw the finale. That was the finale. I'm guessing because there's there's like a big thing that happened. Yeah, of course that was the finale at the end. I love Poker Face. I love that show. I also saw I didn't even put this in the title. I saw the finale of Murderbot. Excellent. Actually, Jarrett, you're right. I just watched Murderbot. It's good. I agree. Excellent's too big of a word because it is so solid. It's a really good time. I liked it a lot, and I like what they did in the finale. I think that Murderbot's really good. I think Stick is excellent. I don't think that Murderbot is trying to be excellent. I think it's trying to be good. It's a super solid show. I like the finale a lot. Okay, so let's talk about this. If you guys have more questions about my birthday, what I'm hoping to do this year, anything, let me know. Otherwise, send in best shows right now, what you're watching, movies, what are you planning on seeing, how do you feel about Superman, movies, television, etc. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Or like I said, super chat. My people, let's talk Love Island finale. I'm sorry to those who you don't watch. If you don't watch, then I don't know. Here's what happened yesterday. We're on the boat and there's 8 of us. And all of a sudden, the entire boat starts talking about Love Island. This show is so watched by people that I would never expect to watch it. And I'm here for that. Spoilers for the Love Island finale. This girl named Amaya Papaya won. It's not fair. Amaya and Brian ended up winning. But Amaya was by far and away my favorite person on the show. So I was amped that she won. I don't watch the show, so I don't know, but I've heard from other people that this was such a bad season. So I I don't know whether comparatively it was, but to me it was so much fun because Amaya won and I wanted her to find love and I wanted her to win money and she did both. I also heard Amaya's giving all of her money to charity and Brian is investing the money and giving all the spin-offs to charity, um, or a portion of whatever. They so deserve to win. I hope that they get married and have babies and are together forever. I love them so much. I don't see Nicolandria lasting because I just don't find that she's that into him. I think that he's into her, but then I started seeing all this stuff about him being a cheater. I don't know. I didn't dive too deep in, but I don't know if they really are going to work out because I just don't see that she's that into him. Huda and Chris made me so bummed because she it's actually the right thing that Huda and Chris aren't together because seems like a really good guy. I really like Chris. And I actually have positive things to say about Huda too, like compared to Steph, who cannot stand Huda. I feel like Huda was a funny character. I know she's a real person, but I found some of her stuff to be very funny. And I did think she was kind of like trying sometimes to be better and to be more self-aware. I also really liked seeing her with her sisters. It gave me a little bit of different light. And she's a mom, so I'm not going to just sit here and shred her. But Chris deserves different than Huda. So when she finally ended things, I felt bad for him because his heart was hurting, but I also felt okay about it because they shouldn't be together. It was a little funny to me how upset Iris and Pepe looked that they got 4th place, but I understand being upset that they got 4th place when they were hoping for at least 3rd, because why would Chris and Huda be above them when they were not even together anymore? You know? So I would have been bummed too. Also, Iris and Pepe were so not problematic and they were so lovely, but they were kind of a new couple and both of them had very serious things before that neither of them ended on purpose. So, and I know that Amaya also was there from the beginning. And so, but Brian was new from Casa Amor. So I know that that's like kind of similar to what happened with Pepe and Iris in terms of like that they hadn't been couples for that long. But I love Amaya so much. I love Iris and Pepe too. I'd be very curious to see if they try to make it work outside of the villa actually. And CJ seems very upset about that. No, his name's TJ. I can't ever get that right. And that's so embarrassing because it's Jet's initials are TJ. And my sister was like, why do you keep calling him CJ? I'm like, I'm sorry. TJ's just CJ to me. Those are my Love Island thoughts. After watching the entire season, I still don't really understand the rules of the game. Randomly, one of the person gets the money and decides if they want to split it. To me, it was fun to watch because everybody was watching it so they could talk about it, but it's not my favorite dating show. I wish that more people watched other dating shows so we could talk about that. I much prefer Big Brother as my summer show. Who is watching Big Brother? If you're not watching Big Brother, can you commit to watching it this year? It's 3 episodes a week, plus the live feeds if you want to be crazy about it, which sometimes I do. Is anybody going to watch Big Brother for me to talk about it? Hello, Bueller. Let me know. And do you have any question, comments, concerns, or thoughts on the Love Island finale? I really like the guy who does the VO for Love Island finale. I forget the comedian's name, but he is fucking funny and he deserves all of the money. He is a beast and like keeps the show pushing when there are so many episodes a week. Streamlabs in, Super Chat in. Okay. There's a new season of Big Brother. We had the first episode and the second episode. Spoilers for these episodes. We officially have one of the biggest legends in Big Brother history back in the house playing. How do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about Rachel Riley being back? I thought it was kind of strange gameplay, what she decided to do with who she decided to make a have-not with her. Because I know he was a fan of hers, but like, do you really think that that's who's going to help get you ahead in the game? There were so many other people who were volunteering. And then the person that she decided that she wants to team up with is the one, like, I just don't know that you have a good read on it because isn't that the one girl who was the liar and you don't know? Whoa. BB off to a crazy start. I like the guy that's head of household this year. I mean, this week, the guy with the mustache. Nobody's really standing out that strong to me so far, but I do like him. I'm a little bummed with who he ended up putting up on the block because it just felt kind of safe. What do you guys think about Showergate? Now, for those of you guys who don't watch Big Brother, let me describe Showergate for you. Okay. So there's this one guy who becomes HOH. HOH stands for head of household. Basically, what that means is that you have the power for the week. So you get to pick who goes up on the block. You get to pick who gets nominated if there's replacements. And you get your own room. In this room, you have a big bed and a nice shower in your bathroom. And it is your room. Now, this guy that gets HOH and he's up there, it's later at night and he's like looking like he's winding down. This one girl comes up and asks to use his shower. She has to use the shower. So she says, "Can I use your shower?" He says, "No problem." She said, "Great, I'll only be 15 minutes." Now, according to the house guests, the times changed on this, but her shower ended up being somewhere between an hour and 30 and 2 hours. And then she comes down from the shower. This guy is waiting to go to bed while this girl is using his shower, and he hasn't even showered yet. And he won this room, and she is the first person to use the shower. She doesn't even wait till he uses the shower. So she uses the shower for an hour and a half to 2 hours and then goes downstairs. And then the HOH, he is calling in meetings with everybody, and he's like, "Who do you guys think I should nominate for eviction this week?" And everybody's like, obviously the girl with the shower situation. And he had already promised her safety for the week for a reason that I don't need to get into, but he had already promised her. But everybody was saying you should nominate her. And then she heard that people were saying that. So then she started like trying to go in and check with him, go in and check with him, go in and check with him. And then he nominated her and he said, "It's not because of the shower situation, it's because you were super paranoid." And then I kind of have a couple different feelings about this because number one, maybe she was paranoid because you ended up actually nominating her. So maybe she was right to be paranoid, but that's still not the right way to play it, babe. And also, I get like a little bit annoyed for him because I do think it's really rude to go use a shower for that long while he's waiting. But I also think when you're in a house with no phones, no computers, nothing else to gossip about, this is like the least big deal ever. And they're already calling it Showergate, and everybody was slamming her with how rude it was, how ridiculous it was. And it's like, oh my God, none of this matters. But maybe if I was in a house with no internet and no Twitter and nothing else, uh, then maybe I would feel like Showergate was a big deal too. And same thing with her. Like she wanted to go talk to the HOH to see if he was going to nominate her. And she went and knocked on his door apparently 10 times while he was in meetings with other people. And it's like, girl, relax. But there's not that much to do to relax. All you can do is kind of be in your thoughts. Big Brother is really a practice in mental fortitude and trying to practice patience and resilience and not spiral and drive yourself insane. And it's got to be so weird in the first couple weeks, first couple days, just trying to like not spiral. So I wonder if she hadn't spiraled at all, if he would have put her up anyway, or if she caused him to put her up. I really don't know. Who are my Big Brother people? Who are they? Curious. I know Leonard, you're a Big Brother person. Mel, Big Brother person. Scott, last season Big Brother, I really remember being into was season 6. Scott, come back. Come back to Big Brother. It's worth it. Going over to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, talking television, talking movies, talking my birthday, talking whatever you guys want me to talk about. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Appreciate the love and support for this pseudo birthday stream. Ash, a new guy, sent in $7.13. Ha ha ha. $7.13 for July 13th. Happy early birthday, Roxy. Just got to get in first for next year. I was going to say, Ash, it's late birthday. Ha ha ha. It is very early for next year. You are as early for next year as you could possibly be. Next year, 35. Is that a big one? I feel like maybe only the zeros are big ones at a certain point, but maybe the fives are big. We shall see. Thank you for that. I appreciate you, Ash. Always a new guy. You the best. Also, shout out to I always try to shout out you guys multiple times. Our previous Streamlabs, there was ZB, Lloyd Nance, RQM DSMD, and John Get Bent, and a new guy, Ash. Oh, Mel, you don't watch. Mel, you should. Oh, Scott, I didn't mean to put that up, but you said you felt old, and I'm so sorry about that. Also, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I took Grammy to get her nails done today. And when we were there, nobody can believe she's going to be 98 next month. Nobody, because she's just so, oh, mwah, like the greatest Grammy. And she was like just so excited about it. But I posted a picture of her on my Instagram for my birthday slide because I stopped there in the morning. She did not like that photo. And she was like, I look so old. And I was like, girlfriend, first of all, you look gorgeous. Second of all, I have news for you. You're going to be 98. I don't think there's a person on the planet who wouldn't call that old. Like, there's debates about if you're 75, are you old or not? Totally worth debating. If you're 98, baby girl thing, you old. And you look young and hot. But you are almost 98. Okay, my love. Streamlabs in, super chat in. So we had the finale of Poker Face. I talked about that for a second, but I'm really glad they did what I was hoping they would do, which is they started to bring back repeat characters. However, if you saw the finale with no spoilers, it seems like that the person that I was excited that we were bringing back is not going to be brought in the same capacity that I was hoping that they were brought back in. But there is room for kind of going after the murder of the week and bringing back some repeat characters. So I think that the show's doing a really good job. I'd be very much so looking forward to the next season. I love the guest stars. They just have massive, massive celebrities on this show. I really think Natasha Lyonne is doing an amazing job holding down this show to the point where sometimes I think she should be Emmy nominated for it because it's very difficult to do what she's doing week to week, and so much of the show is on her. Although she's usually not in the first 20 minutes of the episodes. But just when it's not an ensemble episode, an ensemble piece, and you're the only repeat character week after week, people just have to find you endearing and likable. And luckily she is. So I think she is really awesome. And I honestly don't know anybody who's tried Poker Face and doesn't like it. I've recommended it to a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I haven't heard one person be like, I don't like this show. Because it's just really good. It's a good show that you can recommend to so many different types of people. And it's not usually the kind of show that I watch, and I still really like it. So Poker Face, another good season. Great job by them. Who is watching Smoke? This is the Taron Egerton show with Jurnee Smollett. And it's about a detective looking into an arsonist case. I thought the show was one thing until this most recent episode. And in this most recent episode, we learn about some of his, what is the word? Provocations? Some of his discretions. And I was like, oh, whoa. What is this show doing? I'm interested. The performances are really good. The story is fascinating so far. But they kind of tell you a lot about the story, like that we know who is setting the fires, despite them not knowing. We know. So it's not a whodunit for the most part. There's like a second portion of it that kind of is, but it's not really a whodunit. So I was like, oh, there's got to be some interesting twists and turns and ways to navigate this. And then this most recent episode, I was like, whoa, baby. Smoke is smoking. I don't want to tell you guys what happened in case you haven't watched the show and you want to, but let's just say I learned what streaking was. And I'm not talking about the kind of streaking that I knew when I was a teenager. It's a different kind of thing. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I did not know. I was like, whew, that was, whew. Oh, it scared the shit out of me. That was crazy. So that show's wild. I like it a lot. But not as much as I love the show Stick. Man, I just noticed that every single week I am looking forward to Proclivities. Thanks, Brittany. Proclivities. What did I say? Something different. Every week when Stick pops up, it's the first thing that I watch. I'm just looking forward to it. I love the show. I'm loving the chemistry on the show. I'm loving learning more. I loved what we did with Timothy Oliphant's character. I think that this show is so good, so fun, so heartwarming, so endearing, so engaging. My dad and his girlfriend are loving it now. Every person I've talked to that I've gotten into it is liking it. Start Stick. It's not too late. You will watch it so quickly. The episodes fly by, and it is oof, mwah, mwah, mwah. That's why I love television for things like Stick. So watch it, and I just think like, I want to make something like this. Yes, 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 yes. I like the story. I like the characters. I like the arcs. I like the dialogue. I like the way it looks. I like the way it makes me feel. I like the thoughtfulness. Yes to Stick. Sexy Andrew in the house. Andrew Thomas, happy birthday, Roxy. Thank you. You looked really sexy in your birthday boat party. I hope that you had a great birthday, as great as you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It was such a nice day. Thank you for that. Can you guys hear me? Could you hear me the whole time? All of a sudden it said, looked like your mic unplugged, but it hadn't. Bueller? Bueller. Let me know. Okay, now I'm good. Sometimes technology just messes with you in ways that it's like, why'd you do that? It was soups unnecessary. You just stopped working for no reason. How odd. How absolutely strange. Okay, so that is Stick. Watch it. Do you guys watch any of the shows that I watch when I talk about Press Your Luck or Celebrity Family Feud? Press Your Luck to me is such a fun, easy one to put on. I love Elizabeth Banks as a host, and I've learned this about myself, and I'm curious if you guys feel this way. I love watching people win. I love watching people win in life. I love watching people win in sports. I love watching people win. And I love watching people win money. It is so exhilarating to me. And I'm sure so many people feel this way because obviously these shows do very well. Press Your Luck actually breaks my heart when I'm watching the show. For those of you guys who do not know, basically you are hitting a button and you are stopping on a certain amount of money or prizes. And if you hit a whammy, all of your money goes away. There are a certain amount of rounds. You can hit up to 4 whammies, but every time you start back at 0. And if you hit too many whammies, you leave with absolutely nothing. It takes everything and you lose. This came back and it was 3 veterans or active army or active military people. And watching people go from winning money to having things like and prizes that are catered to them, right? Like it would be something like you're a gamer, so we're getting you a party bus for you and 10 of your friends once a month for the next year to go to your favorite game place and party all night long, whatever, like things that are so catered to them, or like a car that is their dream car, whatever. And to watch them win it and then to watch them lose it It feels like I'm being stabbed, and I know that that sounds dramatic, but does anybody else feel that way when they're watching these shows? Like, I'm rooting for them so hard, and then when it happens, I feel like $1,000,000, and when it doesn't happen, I feel so, like, just gutted in my soul. So I'm having a much easier time watching the celebrity ones because the money for the celebrity ones goes to charity, and I'm not saying it's not bad when they lose money for charity, but one of the 2 teams always gets they always give something to charity. The show always gives something to charity. You're not watching these individuals who've tried their whole life to get on a show just lose everything that they've earned. It sounds like you guys do not feel me, but, this is the part of me that, like, when I'm watching it, it feels like I'm watching Game of Thrones. I'm on the edge of my seat waiting to see on Press Your Luck, are they gonna win? Are they gonna lose? Is this gonna change their lives? Are they gonna mess it all up? Did they make the right choice? Like, I feel like I watch it with the concentration that I watch elite television. I'm just glued. So Press Your Luck is back. Celebrity Family Feud is back. Loving these. We cannot call Spice Girls an R&B group. America. We cannot. We simply cannot. We must do better than that. Be better, do better. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. We're not going to be here for that much longer, so send in your support. I found a show on Netflix. I like that I say I found it as if I'm Columbus making up the fact that I found something that clearly was already here. That is what it's like. There is a show. It's called Too Much. It's on Netflix. I have nothing to do with it. I'm not the first person to find it, but I did stumble upon it. Netflix recommended it to me, but it wasn't in one of the top 10 shows on right now. Oh, now that I'm looking, it's number 10. So I watched the first episode and the first half of the second episode, and I'm going to finish the show, I think. I really like it. It is about a girl who is dealing with a breakup, and she moves to England. And now we're watching an American girl living in England, and she is egregious. She is too much. It's also her sister in the show is Lena Dunham, who's heavily featured in the first episode. So I only say that because I know some people don't like Lena Dunham shows, and not only is she behind the scenes, but she's also on camera for this. But for me, I felt like this show was really refreshing. I liked the characters. I liked the dialogue. It did feel a little bit like girls in relationship tones, but it's a different period of life. Megan Stalter is from Hacks, who I love. I mentioned that at the beginning of this. She's the star of this. I've never seen her in a leading role like this, and I think she just absolutely knocks it out of the park. And the guy that I love from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, what is his name? Let me look. Michael Zagan. He is in this as well. Rita Wilson is in the show. A lot of familiar faces. I really enjoy it. If you haven't started it yet, I think that it's fun. This is how it's described on IMDb. After breakup, New York workaholic Jessica moves to London, planning on being alone. She meets Felix, who causes her to reconsider finding love again. That is pretty much what you find out in the first episode. Felix is played by Will Sharp. Will Sharp, you guys will also recognize from a bunch of different things, but I recognize him from White Lotus, but he has been in several things. So I like him a lot too. A lot of recognizable people. Really good. It's really witty. Very cringe. You guys know cringe comedy is my fave. And I'm only 1.5 episodes in. By next week, I'll probably be finished with it, so we can talk about it more then. What else did I watch this week? That is pretty much my list of things. I really want to go see Superman again. I haven't seen it in now 3 weeks, so I really would like to go again and refresh up on it. And I told you guys next week I'm going to go see Fantastic Four. I'm not going to see Final Destination because I'm doing that for Real Rejects, so I'm going to wait till that comes out. So I don't have many movies that I've been watching recently. except for older movies. What have you guys been watching? We're only here for a few more minutes, so send in any final birthday wishes, any final hopes for me for this year in the chat or in the Streamlabs or in the super chat. Send in anything that you're watching, anything you want me to talk about. A new guy, Ash, with another 713. Hell yeah. Jeopardy is the only show I try to watch every day. I feel like I've gotten dumber with how good I felt at it back in college and how bad I feel like I do at it now. Let me ask you this, Ash, because I never watched Jeopardy. I've seen it, obviously, but I don't watch it. Do you feel like the questions have gotten harder? Or do you feel like you are just not as in touch with the things that are being asked about? Or why do you think you used to be great at it? Or do you feel like your brain is just so filled with other knowledge that you don't remember the stuff that you used to once know? Why is it that you were so much more, that you knew so many more things? The way that the questions are asked is not how my brain operates. And the way that you have to answer who is, what, whatever. I would be horrible on the show. Horrible. I also suck with trivia. You guys know I freeze immediately. Like there was even, I saw this clip go out of James Gunn, and he was asking questions, doing stuff about DC. And everything he asked, I was like, wait, what did that mean? Whatever. And then when they gave the answer, I was like, oh, I know that answer. I just didn't really understand the question. I felt bad for that one person there. They asked a question and the answer was The Suicide Squad, and they said Suicide Squad and it was wrong. And I very much know those are two different movies. Clearly that person was thinking of the right movie and said the wrong movie title, but they are two different movies. It very much reminded me of all the semantics of Movie Trivia Schmodown. But hey, I get it. Yeah, I don't know why Jeopardy is just not the way that my brain functions. That's just the way you make me feel. That's just the way you make me. That was for my Love Island people. Anybody else doesn't understand how that tickles the brain. Okay, getting out of here soon. Shout out to Sexy Andrew, to Ash, a new guy, to ZB, Lloyd Nance, RQMDSMD, John Get Bent. You guys rock. Thank you for Streamlabs and Super Chats. Thank you to everybody who's joined me for this live show. Appreciate you guys. I'm looking at my list of things that I watched. I keep everything in order of the date that they're released. So sometimes I miss some of the stuff that I checked out. Oh, the Murderbots finale I didn't talk too much about, other than to say that I really liked the finale. I thought the finale made the whole first season even better. I think Alexander Skarsgård is actually wildly talented. I would like to see what more he can kind of do. It'd be very fun to see next level version of him, what other kind of roles he takes. But the emotional stakes here were actually pretty high for me, which I was not expecting them to be as high. Another Streamlabs coming through. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. That's me, RQMDSMD in the house. Thanks, homie. That big support. Just sending more support and hoping you have a great year ahead. And all the rock stars have a better rest of the year. Yeah, I'm hoping for that too. I'm hoping for that as well. I hope you watch Love Island Games in September. Brace. What the F is Love Island Games? I have so much to learn. Love Island Games. Bachelorette does stuff like that too. Oh my God, I haven't even started Bachelor in Paradise yet. I have to watch that. Oh, I know what my homework is tonight. Let me see what other things are in my queue right now. Can I just skip straight to that? What have I not watched from this week that I need to see? No, I'm all caught up, baby. Okay, that means Bachelor in Paradise, here I come. Hell yeah. Okay, love, stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those plumes. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice. Wherever in the rainbow, we love you. We stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest women we've ever seen. Golden sparkles for the Zen one himself, Glenn Caesar, always thinking about you. The whole show is. And okay. Kind of a simple stream tonight. Get in, get out, get on with life. Happy birthday to me. Cheers to 34. My Paul Pierce here. That's the truth. That's his nickname. So apparently it'll be a year of truth. And much love, homies. See you later. Send bunnies. Bye.